Listen, if you're a Pi pioneer feeling like you wasted your time, I need you to stop right now and pay attention. The wild rumors spreading about Pi being worth hundreds of thousands of dollars connected to some secret global financial reset called NESARA, GESARA and QFS are completely false, and believing them could seriously hurt you. I'm going to give you the actual facts in the next few minutes so you can protect yourself and make smart decisions. Right now, follow my Telegram and Facebook pages, links in the description, because that's where I share real verified Pi updates, not fantasy stories. Here's what's happening. All over social media, people are claiming Pi is secretly the currency of something called the quantum financial system, that it's backed by gold, and that when this magical global reset happens, all debts will be forgiven and Pi holders will become millionaires overnight. Sounds amazing, right? But none of it is real, and you need to understand why. Let's start with NESARA and GESARA. NESARA supposedly stands for National Economic Security and Reformation Act, a secret U.S. law from the 1990s that will forgive all debts, abolish taxes, and return America to gold-backed currency. GESARA is the supposed global version. The truth? A man named Harvey Francis Barnard proposed an economic reform in the late 1980s and sent it to Congress. It was never introduced as a bill, never voted on, never became law. Years later, internet stories claimed a secret version passed, but is being suppressed. The problem is there's zero proof, no official records, no congressional documents, nothing in any government database. The entire narrative exists only on blogs and social media, and they explain the lack of evidence by claiming a massive conspiracy. You know, that's a huge red flag. Now, the quantum financial system, or QFS. It's supposedly a secret next-gen monetary system running on quantum computers, unhackable and transparent, already active and waiting to take over. Reality check. Quantum computing is real but extremely early stage, fragile, limited to specific tasks, and nowhere near capable of running global finance. More importantly, no central bank, no government, no IMF or World Bank has announced anything called QFS. What they are working on is central bank digital currencies, and they publish their plans publicly. You know, the QFS story relies entirely on secrecy, with zero verifiable evidence. So, where does Pi fit in? Here's the difference. Pi Network is actually real. Launched March 14, 2019 by Stanford graduates, it's a legitimate project with a working app and millions of users doing phone-based mining. The blockchain is live in an enclosed ecosystem where verified users can transfer Pi internally. But Pi isn't on external exchanges yet and has no official market price. The team regularly posts updates and communicates with the community, but development is still ongoing. The connection between Pi and QFS or GESARA came entirely from online speculation, not from Pi's founders. People started claiming Pi is the QFS currency, that one Pi will be worth hundreds of thousands, that it's gold-backed. You know, because Pi has no official price yet, people's imaginations filled that gap with wild stories. But here's the critical fact. The Pi core team has never claimed any connection to NESARA, GESARA, or QFS. Official moderators regularly dispel these rumors. Why do these myths spread so easily? These ideas feed on real frustration with economic inequality. When people are struggling, stories about a coming transformation that fixes everything are incredibly tempting. Social media algorithms amplify exciting claims over boring facts. When you see the same claim repeated everywhere, your brain thinks it must be true just from repetition, even without evidence. The lack of an official Pi price creates a vacuum that speculation fills, and scammers exploit our community by mixing the real Pi project with unverified grand narratives. Here's how to protect yourself. Always start with skepticism. Before believing or sharing big claims, ask who's telling you this and what evidence they have. Look for primary sources, official announcements, not just social media posts. Check what credible news outlets say. Watch for emotional manipulation, content designed to make you feel fear, excitement, or urgency to bypass logical thinking. Red flags include massive promises with no clear explanation, claims only insiders know, pressure to act now, and zero verifiable evidence. You know, never send money or personal info based on social media posts, no matter how convincing. Here are the verified facts. No official NESARA or GESARA laws exist anywhere. Check government databases yourself. QFS as described exceeds current technology and has never been announced by real financial institutions. Central banks research digital currencies publicly, not as secret systems. Pi Network is in development with no official market price. The team never endorsed QFS connections and actively corrects false claims. What should you do now? Follow only official Pi channels for real updates. Follow my Telegram and Facebook pages for verified info. Educate yourself about how blockchain actually works. Never share your Pi wallet passphrase or send Pi to anyone promising returns. Be patient. Building legitimate crypto takes time. Manage expectations. Treat Pi as speculative, not guaranteed wealth. Don't make life decisions based on fantasy price predictions. Pi's real value, if it succeeds, will come from how people and businesses actually use it in everyday life. Its worth will depend on whether it can power real transactions, support apps that solve problems, and attract a wide network of users and developers who find it genuinely useful. A strong ecosystem, not hype or speculation, is what gives any cryptocurrency lasting value. If Pi becomes a trusted tool for payments, trade, and innovation, that's when its true potential will start to show. It definitely won't come from secret government programs or magical quantum computers nobody can prove exist. The only path forward is through education, critical thinking, and a commitment to building something real. Instead of chasing rumors or waiting for a global reset, the community should focus on supporting legitimate development and projects that expand Pi's utility. That's how pioneers will turn belief into progress, through action, not fantasy. Here's my honest opinion. I understand why people love these Nasara, Gasara, QFS stories. Life is hard, money is tight, and the current system feels unfair. Stories about magical resets where debts disappear are comforting, but these narratives are setting people up for massive disappointment and making them vulnerable to scams. I've seen people making real financial decisions, taking on debt, even quitting jobs, based on believing Pi will be worth millions because of QFS. That breaks my heart because when reality doesn't match fantasy, those people will be devastated. I genuinely believe Pi is a real project with potential, but it's incredibly risky like any crypto. The team seems to be working hard, but there's no guarantee of success. I think Pi could potentially be worth something if the ecosystem develops well. Maybe a few dollars, maybe more, maybe less, but anyone claiming they know for certain it'll be worth tens or hundreds of thousands is either lying or deluded. My honest advice, if you're mining Pi, continue if you want. It costs nothing but a daily tap, but don't base your financial future on it. Don't put real money into anything Pi related until there's a legitimate market. Don't believe random price predictions. Be patient and realistic. The pioneers who succeed will be the ones who stayed grounded in reality, not the ones who believed in magic. If this helped you, smash that like button so this reaches more pioneers. Drop a comment with what Pi topics you want covered next. Subscribe with notifications for more verified updates. Follow my Telegram and Facebook, links in the description, where we build community around real information, not hype. Stay smart, stay skeptical, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.